Dare to say it.
Dare to say it.
Dare to say it.
Dare to say it.
And good morning, a beautiful Friday, preparation for the Sabbath morning. Another show from Dare to Say. This is episode 7, and I'm joined by Nolene. I don't know your surname. Tahani. I just know it's Tahani. I thought it was Nthane. the email address was Nthane. Yeah. Yeah, and today we're talking about a very controversial topic. The issue that we are going to be discussing is black people and money. And it's very important for us to talk about this because unfortunately we live in a world where economics are very, very important, where the economic strength of a nation is very, very important. We've just seen what has happened to Venezuela, what has happened to Iran, who are cultures, they are together, but because they don't have the same economic strength as the person that's coming to get them, they can basically do nothing. We've also seen in March 26th this year that the stats came out from Stats SA indicating the wealth disparity that is not shrinking but is growing between black people and colored people on the one hand, and then Indian, well, more or less Asian people and European people, white people on the other hand. Even though we have seen transformation, it seems like when it comes to wealth, when it comes to income, when it comes to spending, they have not really changed. It just seems that, white people have moved more and more into more suburban areas, and we've moved into some places, maybe turned some of them into more of a black neighborhood. Instead of saying that we have developed our own to reach that particular level, which I think is actually what the point is, that the whole South Africa should develop instead of just redistributing this particular wealth to say, Kasi must stay Kasi, Lenasia must stay Lenasia. For me to make it in life, I need to go to Sandton. So I need to go to where the white people are. I need to be like the white people. I need to do the white people things. So I'm not really developing my people. Yeah. My people are staying the same, and Kasi will always be a black place. And that's why 30 years after democracy has hit, we still have a situation where the whitest and richest neighborhoods are still majority white. There's a lot of black people in white neighborhoods, but there are almost no white people in black original neighborhoods. Like in Kasi, I can drive around Eldos, I can drive around Soweto. I'm going to see other people, but I will not see white people there. So there has been a redistribution, I don't know where, but certainly it has been bottom up, but not top down. Yeah. So it's not really a reshuffling. It's just saying, okay, fine, you guys want level 2, we are going to level 3. Right? So that's what we're going to talk about. And in the ethos of Dare to Say It, there's no holds barred. No, if you want to talk about the land issue, you want to talk about you want to talk about whatever, say it. Just watch the language. No people must die. No hate speech.
Family friendly.
Yes. So one thing I should say about Nolene is that I just told you I'm going to call you Storm. It's not an easy lady, soft what. She's feminine. She really is feminine, but if you push the wrong button, Rain Queen will happen. With thunder, exactly. Mujaji loading, But as by way of introduction, you are a financial planner,
yes.
Right? You've been doing this for quite some time.
I have.
Right? You're qualified to do it. You do work with certain companies, which we will not mention because they haven't sponsored. Right? Maybe down the line we can then add it in if they want to. But you also have your own podcast, Leroy.
Starting.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll be featuring you guys, quite soon. Yeah, and this is what we must sometimes do, as black people. Just, one thing I was doing during the intro is to say that that religiously I'm a bit different from what we would call mainstream Christians. Yeah. And that is because of the fact that I have, how did I put it?
You have adopted some Jewish
not really. I would call it, we call ourselves Nazarenes,
okay.
Right? Parts of the disciples of Christ. And as Nazarenes want to live as the Nazarene lived, yeah. Right? Walk in his ways, follow his commandments, knowing that he is God, right? That being the case, we don't believe that he has abolished the law. So we still keep the 7 biblical feasts. There are things that we don't eat. We observe the Torah. So essentially, in a nutshell, we are Torah observant Christians, okay. Right? Not Messianic Jews, Messianic Jews are Jews. They are Jews and they got some Christian habits.
Yeah.
But we're Christians and we've got some of the things that Jews do, we do as well.
Yeah.
Right? We don't have Purim and all these other things that have been added, but it's just the 7. And because of that, and because some of my friends would say, Maro Juta wena." I was once with my aunt and she said, and we had a little Sabbath dinner and she said, my cousin said, listen, I would really like some of that, but I'm not sure I'm going to do it in the right way. So I'm just rather going to leave it.
Yeah.
Is it the right time? Should I hold it with my left hand? I'm like, really, guys? But because of that, I've been exposed much more to a Jewish way of life
Yes.
than the ordinary Christian would have.
Okay.
Right? And being black, I have obviously been born black, I've been raised black, I've got black family, people that come from oppression, and I also know that these other people have also come from oppression.
Yeah.
Right? A third of their population was wiped out during World War II. All their property was taken. It wasn't expropriation without compensation. It was, we are taking it from you. Mm-hmm. We are taking your money in your bank. We are taking the land. We are putting you into a ghetto. And the ghetto is a midway point because we are going to load you onto a train and then send you to Auschwitz to kill you. Mm-hmm. Right? Within an hour of you arriving, you will be no more. Mm-hmm. Right? So that's the oppression that they've gone through.
Yeah.
Not to compare, hey, apartheid was worse or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But when it comes to destruction of a people, a genocide,
Yes.
if we can put it on levels, that was clearly a genocide.
Yeah.
Just as an interesting point, the International Court of Justice didn't say it's a genocide. Still today, there's no genocide according to them. There are things that might have been, possibly, but they don't consider it a genocide. Okay. Yet, in 8 years, they had their own country. They all adopted a new language. Wherever you go around the world, they will tell you that Jews have mine. Yeah. Jews have mine. My dad once used to tell me. That's a universal fact. Yes, it's a universal fact. My dad used to tell me when I moved to Joburg, and I said, and I told him about some Indian friend I had. He says, "Where's the Indian from?" And I said, "Lenasia." Lenasia. Okay. It's not the Indians that necessarily that necessarily are good at business. I'm like, why? What do you mean? He says the Indians from Houghton. Yeah, those are something else. I was like, why? He says, because those are the Indians that are with the Jews. Yes, the Jewish people have their problems, PR problems, real problems. There still is poverty, etc. But the rise, time and time, pogrom after pogrom, massacre after massacre. The bubonic plague was blamed on them, rose up. They weren't allowed to have property, rose up. World War II, rose up. They assisted South Africa with the nuclear program years after they just formed the country. So there is something that they are doing right.
Absolutely.
That we are missing. Mm-hmm. And this conversation is around what is that, right? Mm-hmm. So if you can maybe just let me know. Let's just first say, are we sick or not? Start with the diagnosis, okay?
We definitely are.
So you would say that...
And it's clear.
There is an issue with black people and money.
Yes.
And with black people, I'm also to an extent including colored people. As you can see, you are very light skinned. There's a history there.
I'm very black.
I'm very black. I'm also from a mixed background, even though I'm blacker than you. Yes, but there's an issue. Yeah. So we're admitting that there clearly is an issue because 30 years later, we still seem to be kind of struggling. Yes. Some of us are making it. Yeah. But as a people, we're not really moving.
No, we're not.
Why would you say that is?
We don't have unity. We no longer have a common goal, right? Back in apartheid, we had a common goal. After that...
Common enemy.
Yeah. We no longer have... We don't have unity. That's the starting point. If we are going to do anything, we need to agree that this is what we are going to do and find ways to do it. Mm-hmm. We are pulling in different directions, right? And it's not necessarily to say that it's a fault of the black nation, right? Psychologically, we were conquered. And we need to acknowledge that. And after acknowledging that, we need to go back and say, how do we reclaim our identity as a people? What is that identity as a people that we are going to subscribe to? What do we want it to look like? What are we going to do to reclaim it, right? I mean, there are certain things that are so stereotypical, right? Where you can describe something or you can describe a situation and somebody will say, let me guess, it was a black person.
Oh, we had that discussion.
Yes, right?
When you see the bouginess.
Yes, right? It's the mindset. It's that when we make it, we also forget where we come from. It's so easy to be in the States, have the money, and forget the experience of poverty. When you are experiencing it, it's there, it feels real. As soon as you make it out, you stop experiencing it. You almost kind of have taken away a reason, the reason of humanity as a collective, if I can put it that way, right? So yes, we have a problem. We have a big problem. You were talking about redistribution of wealth. I don't think that's what happened. I think what happened was redistribution of spending power. That's what happened. Because when we think of wealth, wealth is what we can compute as having, right? What we have is spending power, not what we're keeping.
Oh, yes. It's a beautiful thing that I like to tell my kids, that being rich is not about what you spend, it's about what you don't spend.
Exactly.
It's about how much is left after everything.
Exactly.
That's why sometimes I
We
walk
don't
around and I
have
say,
that.
you guys are rich, you guys are more wealthy than me because you don't have to spend anything. You keep all the money you've got.
Absolutely.
Whereas we make a lot of money, but it leaves.
Absolutely.
So there's an interesting American statistic that says that that after payday, a dollar circulates in the Asian and Jewish community for about 9 days, right? It circulates in the white community for several days, but it circulates in the black community for about 8 hours. And that means
I
that...
would actually like to disagree with that.
So essentially what they mean there is that when you get money as an invoice, as a salary or whatever, as a Jewish person, it is going to take 9 days before it goes out of Jewish hands.
Yes.
But with
I
black people,
understand.
8 hours later, it's out.
I understand. But I don't think that's reality. We don't even get to the 8 hours. If we're going to do the study, we need to do it right. That money is finished before it comes.
Get a debit order. It's
Kiri
those
debit
vultures
order,
just pop up.
ki molato. It's done before it comes.
Yes.
Right? You have spent into the future. You need money to come to continue spending into the future.
So it's just
we're not
patching.
spending backwards.
Yes.
We're spending forward with money from the future.
So we are buying things now with money we don't have yet.
Yes.
It's a lot of credit because credit is basically, I can't afford it now.
Yeah.
I will afford it in 3 years.
Yes.
So I'm going to buy it now.
Yes.
Right? I mean, so interesting. This one verse in Deuteronomy. I just can't remember where exactly it is, but I'll find it here.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy.
And
Land. Yes.
while you on that thought, right? I don't remember where I read
15,
this.
16.
Don't quote me on it. But something that once stood out for me was that clothing stores make more money from the interest
Yes.
on the accounts
Than the cash.
than actually selling clothing.
No, that's very, very, very interesting. In fact,
And who holds the accounts?
we know. It's black women.
Let's get innocent. We buy you clothes. That's why.
No, it's black women. It's black. Yeah, I remember. So we had this.
Malcolm Zuckerman. That's so, by the
Markhams.
way.
That's it. But then there's legit, there's rage, there's what, In fact, you can see which stores.
Yeah.
Because, in South Africa, unfortunately, we've got white malls and black malls,
Yeah.
right? Where there's a Studio 88
Yeah.
and a John, what's it?
John
Where
Craig.
Yeah, John Craig. You know John Craig? Yes. And there's a Chicken Lick and no KFC. Ne? There are no real restaurants. But there's a kula shop, what. You know, we know that this is a black mall. Boulders is a black mall.
It absolutely is.
Timbiza is a black mall.
Absolutely.
You know, in those shops, you'll always find Rage, Studio 88, John Craig, those type of things. You know, Cube, where you buy the Cavelas and a Spitz.
Yeah.
And a Spitz.
Yeah.
You know, for the bougie one, right? But we know that when people go there during the month, they're not buying with money.
No, absolutely
It's an account.
not.
I whenever I go into Macro or Builders Warehouse, wherever, there's always some kid that comes up to me and like, "Hi, sir, wouldn't you like a card? Wouldn't you really like a card?" And this is why I want to go to this particular verse. I can just share that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is what we've got over here. There we go. This is Deuteronomy 15, verse 6, part of the Torah. It says, "For the Lord your God will bless you as he has promised, and you will lend to many nations, but you will borrow from none. You will rule over many nations, but you will not, but none will rule over you." No? Which I think is quite an important thing, because it says there already 3,000 years ago that those who are the borrowers will be ruled over by the ones who are the lenders.
Yes.
Which is exactly what you're saying, that it's the ones that are actually owning the accounts.
Yes.
The ones that are borrowing the money are owning over you. They can then decide whether you have the capacity to buy a house, to buy a car, to start a business, all because of a
make the
clothing
rules.
account. Yes, all because of a clothing account. So why do you think then black people have this issue of spending into the future?
It's an identity crisis.
Okay. Identity crisis.
We as a nation, we as a people, we do not, and maybe I'll get into trouble for saying this,
There's dare to say it, no, there's no such.
but we do not value ourselves as a people for existence. We constantly have to compensate. It's like we are saying, for me to be here, my value, I will buy it, right? You are not going to respect me for being a human.
Unless
and
I've
for
got money.
Unless I stay in a certain area, I drive a certain car,
Yeah, that's deep.
I wear certain clothing, or you get what I'm saying?
Oh yes. So my status is directly linked. In fact, it's not
My
directly
value.
linked to. It is derived from my financial status.
Absolutely.
Not as my status as a human being or something else,
Yes.
or the nation that I belong to. So it's like American white people, you know, wherever they go in the world, they just, because I'm an American.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
Even if he's broke,
Because
he's
you
a
have
soldier.
nothing else to offer.
Yes, I'm
so
an
we have
American.
forgotten who we are and what we are as a people, to an extent that we want to compensate for it. Gachelet. And unfortunately, there are certain things money can't buy.
So my blackness alone, me being human, me being a good person, me being African,
Yeah.
right, by itself
Yeah.
has no real value, even to me.
Exactly why we use money the way we do. It should. It actually does.
Yes.
We just don't believe it anymore because somebody came and said, no, it's not there. It
But
doesn't
you
exist.
don't have that value.
Exactly, right? Who was it who said just because we're magic doesn't mean we're not real? I think J. Cole or whoever it was.
I don't listen to
I
J. Cole.
don't. It was a speech. We've forgotten that magic. And that magic is it's ingrained in us. It's in our DNA. It's genetic, right? But somebody whispered to our subconscious to say it's not real. It's not there. And this is what it is. This is what it should look like, right? And instead of observing the lifestyle from within, we went with what we were told. Because I'll tell you, in other nations, in other races, right, the things that are valued have got nothing to do with money. Which is why they can use money the way that they do.
It's just a tool.
It's just
It's
a
just
tool.
a tool. Sorry, just one second. Here we go. You killed the camera.
I'm too pretty for this.
Yeah, she woke up like this.
What was I saying? So, when it comes to money, we think of it as the one thing to buy our existence. I'm not even going to say value or respect, our existence, right?
So for me to be somebody,
I
need
to
to
have
have
money.
money.
Right.
Without the money, I am nobody.
Think of our parents and the careers they chose for us.
Of course.
And the careers that their parents chose for them. They were all based on status and money, right? And respect, right? And no one went in and checked what it takes to be in that career, what it takes to make it in that career. All we knew, accountants make money. You are going to be an accountant. We're going to push you in that direction. All we knew, lawyers, they drive big cars. Doctors, they have money. It was never about purpose or contribution to society, anything like that. It was because we have struggled without the money. We don't want you to struggle without the money. Where's the money at? It's in these professions.
Do you think that maybe, since we're already in trouble,
Yeah.
let's just be in trouble?
No.
A life sentence is a life sentence. guys.
Absolutely not. We need to fix this.
This is in line with what you're saying.
Yeah.
That we as black people, as we've defined it, money is our status, right? Because we realize that without those things, we can't buy the things that we actually value. Like the place I need to stay, the schools my kids need to go to,
Yeah.
the clothes, etc. Right? That there's nothing in my culture actually worth having. So isn't it an actual expression of disliking ourselves to say that, listen, I can't be white unless I'm Michael Jackson or Kanye Bao, right? I can't turn into a white person. But I can arm myself and gird myself with the accoutrements and the clothing and the area to buy that thing because I think that is something worth being. But what I currently am is not. And the reason why I say that is whenever we get money, we stop doing black things. I used to date a girl in varsity. She'll know who she is when she hears this thing. She always said that she wants her kids to call her mommy. Not mama. She said, no, I want to have a little cute kid and she's 4 years. She'll be like, mommy. She must have that nice English.
Because what happened on the screens? What were we exposed to?
It was pepper, etc. But
Yeah.
what she was actually saying is that I don't want my kid to be Tswana.
Yes.
I don't want my kid to be Sotho.
Because
I
it
want
was
my
cool.
kid to be...
Because it was cool to the family picture that
Yes.
was on TV that was cool was not that of a black African family from Africa. Inili, my wife and kids.
Exactly.
And my wife and kids give mommy.
Yes,
It's not mama.
It's mommy. You know,
Right?
but she wants that.
You know?
It seems that with black people, the more white you are, the better. So for me, you know, with men, we always aspire to climb a hierarchy,
Yeah.
whether women think it exists or not, right? There's a hierarchy that every man wants to climb, and that's why you have so much crime in certain neighborhoods because there's no other hierarchy for me to climb other than a violence hierarchy.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's all you know. It's
Yes.
all you've seen.
So if I want to be the top dog in a Jewish society, I need to be very Torah observant and I need to be very, very wealthy, right? That's what I can do, but more my piety is more important. No, that's more important. However, there's a hierarchy that I can climb. There's many lawyers, there's many doctors, etc. I can climb those hierarchies as a young man. I can direct my energy into a direction.
Yeah.
But when I'm in Eldos and there's no jobs, there's no work, there's no opportunities, nothing like that, how do I then distinguish myself from the other guys when it comes to mating? Right?
Yeah.
There's 20 girls here, there's 20 guys. How must they choose, apart from just looks? Right? Because they are maybe attracted to certain status because women are hypergamous, right?
Yeah.
You know, they want someone they want the top dog, right? But the only way I can prove that I'm the top dog, because I'm not going to be the top dog lawyer, I'm not going to be the top dog doctor, I'm not going to be a cardiothoracic surgeon or
I
whatever.
don't even know that exists.
Exactly.
Let's stop there.
So the only hierarchy I can climb is I'm the one that can move everyone here, right? So that's the hierarchy I climb, because there's nothing else. So we need to find a place to channel that.
Yes.
However, in the absence of that, if we do have a hierarchy to climb career-wise, we use it to climb out of where we are.
Yes.
So we can stop identifying with where we are.
Yes.
You know, one thing that I find so strange, I've got Afrikaans friends because I'm from Free State in Mpumalanga. I always find it so shocking that I meet 4-year-olds that speak Afrikaans
Yeah.
in 2026. I'm like, hey, that's interesting. My kids don't speak Afrikaans, even though it's my language, right? My Swati, oh, forget about it, guys.
One word, nyana, it's a twang.
It's a twang. It's like all they know is Heritage Day is coming. Swati.
We're gonna
we're gonna
dress
have
up.
that.
Yeah.
Tell them Spulani. They're like, it's not an official language. It doesn't count. Forget about it, right? But the English nature, ooh, and it's not their fault.
It's not. It's absolutely
It's the situation that we've basically raised them up in to say, this is better.
Yeah.
One day, my cousin went to, when he was in primary school, my ex-me is my nephew, but he's old now. My cousin sent him to a very nice school, very nice preschool. But there was this one kid there, Bongani. Bongani had the ghetto accent, because it's a preschool, it's not like private or what. And then my nephew comes home and he says, Mommy, the men from the Maspala are here.
You spent a little too much time, Lebongan.
It's a kid, he's 4.
Yes.
And he's hearing these things. Like my boy came from school one day and he was like, hey, when son, to his little brother. Hey, when. My reaction to it made him know that, okay, this is not cool. This is not the way to go. But when he comes there and he's like, Daddy, I'd really love some tea. Some
There's
English.
no reaction.
Yeah, there's no reaction.
We have big reactions for things that remind us of where
we come from. So
have
that's
very
why I
big
think it's
reactions
more of
to
an
that.
issue
Of
of
us.
self-loathing.
Yes.
To say that there is nothing good about where I come from. That is why I need to spend every resource that I have in getting myself and my progeny as far away from there as possible. Whereas with other nations, we want to keep building this thing.
Yes.
This is our people.
Because the world will adjust.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
It's
so
the
when we
same
build
thing-
a Chinese nation, great.
The people will learn Mandarin.
Yes, they'll learn Mandarin. If we build an Islamic nation, cool, right? The money is a tool that we use.
Yes.
But the most important thing is that my people, my nation, must become, like Deuteronomy says, a great nation.
Yes.
Not just me.
Yeah.
And when I become great, it's my responsibility
Yeah.
to then take that culture and then make that great.
Yes.
So as Nazarenes, we have a little acronym called TIME, meaning that we are here on this earth to take dominion, meaning it's mine. My responsibility, no one else's.
Yes.
It's my responsibility to improve it, right? To multiply me and others like me, who will also have this idea, this worldview,
This
and then to
identity.
emulate God, right? That's it. So emulate God is obviously our lifestyle, creative, leadership, etc., right?
Yeah.
But it is very important when we say multiply, we mean multiply you,
Yes.
your people. My money and all of that stuff is meant to assist me and my people to get dominion, to improve, to multiply,
tool.
to yes,
It's
it's
a
a tool. Yet, for us as black people, it seems that the purpose of my money is to make sure that I may have dominion of other people's stuff.
Yeah.
I must improve myself so I get away from this. I am not going to emulate my past. I'm not going to emulate my own people. I won't speak my own language. I won't have my own culture. In fact, the more ghetto you dress, the lower you are in the social hierarchy. So I think it's this. It's like a self-hate.
It is.
I don't want
It's
my
not
kids to be like my grandparents.
It's not like it is.
Yeah.
But you love your grandparents.
I
right?
love them,
Which-
but I don't love. Maybe I can say I love them, but I don't love what they were.
No,
I love them
understand
because they're my
that.
grandparents.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely.
But I don't honor them enough. So, for instance, one of the things of
Because you don't even know them. Let's start there. You don't know them. You don't know their ways. You don't know their cultures. You don't know what informed the decisions they made. And a language informs behavior, right? And because we lose the language first, we disinherit ourselves of our heritage, right? And when we do that, it simply means that the identity is gone, which is why I had said we have nothing as a people to look at and say, this is the identity.
Because language and culture go together.
Exactly.
No, Chinese speak Chinese.
Exactly. There are certain things, there are certain maele that inform how you react to certain situations as a person of this culture.
As a worldview.
person, yes, right? It exists for that. As soon as you move away from that, you move into a surface level of another culture by means of its language, right? You've moved from the deepest of your roots because of what you see that you don't like. But you never searched hard enough for the things that you could like, for the things that could inform your principles that guide your life, right? Because they are there, they exist. We are losing them simply because as we lose a language, so we lose the principles that guide it,
Yes.
that guide the life of it. So it's interesting when you say that the reaction to when a child comes home and they're simply reminding you of where you come from.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And
Like my one kid, my firstborn.
yeah.
He loves Pappenwurst.
Yeah.
With that thin gravy, that mainstream. Ooh, he loves that thing. And when he has that, when he's
Yeah.
by my aunt, he always has seconds. And yet at home, I don't buy Wurst. Just because I'm like,
Yeah.
positive food. That
Exactly.
type, like chicken
Because
and what.
because it reminds you of your trauma.
Yes, but the ribeyes and what, they'll flow, right? And he's like, no, dude, I prefer this. We get shocked when we take him home. And he's like, oh my, I want more.
Because also, remember, some things are genetic. There are certain things that, unless you ask yourself why you do the things you do, the way you do them, you're not going to have those answers, right? And
We need therapy as a people.
we do.
Like,
We
as a
absolutely
people.
do. I mean, there was that documentary that asks, why are South Africans so angry? I think it's a documentary. And it's how we've led ourselves through life with that emotion, right? And yes, we forgive. We are very good at forgiveness, right? As a people, we are very good at forgiveness. But it doesn't take the resentment away. It doesn't mean that once we've forgiven, we forget, right? And I'm not even sure if it's a good, if we can say we really truly forgave, or we just learned to accept that it happened and we moved on. Right.
On the forgiveness point, I think maybe, whenever people are oppressed,
Yeah.
right, for thousands of years, there's always been a desire deep inside to achieve retribution.
Yeah.
Not just reconciliation, but retribution.
Yes.
I want to take from you, and this is old school. We see it in like ancient stories that when people get freed. So for instance, we had Passover beginning of April.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we get through the Exodus story, which most of us aren't taught, right, when we get the Sunday school story, is that when the Hebrews left, they plundered the Egyptians. They took gold, they took silver, they took clothes, and they left. And it says that and so they plundered the Egyptians, like a warring army coming in, taking what you've got, etc.
Yeah.
Is it not the case that maybe as black people in South Africa, with BEE, with expropriation without compensation, with us wanting to move into the places, we still have that desire for retribution? We won't kill you, we won't oppress you, we won't what, but we want your gold, we want your silver, we want all of
But
these
it's
things.
not yours. Don't say that.
Well. The thing is, it's not yours, but
Yeah.
you have it.
Yes. We
Right?
want our gold. Our
That's
silver.
that's a
our
debate to have.
back.
Because the question is this.
Right.
So when you look at Afrikaner podcasts, for instance, Willem
Yeah.
Petzer and what. There's one question that lingers. That's to say, We go to Bryanston, we see nice houses. We go to Rustenburg, we see great mines. We go to Kimberley, we see the diamonds. We see all of that, right?
Yeah.
And it is wealth. It's not underground anymore. It is now something. It's tangible. It's transactory. It's in currency. It can move,
Yeah.
right? It's not just something that we're sitting on. Yes, when white people came here, we were sitting on it, right? If they didn't come 400 years ago, if no one came, right, and we followed our normal trajectory of development,
Yeah.
where would we be?
We would have been much further than we are now.
Do you
In
think?
fact, coming for it was, you saying we were sitting on it. What use did we have for it?
We didn't need the
We
diamonds.
didn't need it. We didn't need use for it. We didn't have use for it because we were running smoothly.
So let's just create this fantasy. Okay? Vasco da Gama, Jan van Riebeck, all of them crashed somewhere along Angola. Done. No white person, no Arabic person, no foreign person, except, people from Southern Africa ever come to South Africa. Okay? Since 1488, 1652 till now.
Yeah.
You are an alien. You land here in Jersey. Describe what you see. Here we are, 400 years later.
Are you saying 400 years later?
Yes. We know what South Africa looked like 400 years ago,
Yeah.
right? How does it look 400 years later without that influence?
Is it Black Panther?
No, it's not Black Panther. Well, there's no vibranium in the story.
No, yes, but I'm trying to remember the movie, right? That for me, that's what, if not fiction, it could have been.
So you think that even
It's
though
a lie to say we were not civilized.
No. I'm not saying not civilized. Like in
Yeah.
fact, I used to have a PA that used to say before civilization.
Yeah, no.
So no, there was a civilization. It was just a different civilization. But I do not think that black people would have developed in the same way that a European colony would have developed, right?
Okay.
So this is why I'm asking, what do you see?
Yeah.
So you land here.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not hearing English in these type of languages.
Yeah.
Are you seeing the buildings that you are seeing now? Are you seeing the roads that you are seeing now? Given, for example, black people's technology at the time, and I'm not an expert in this. There's one guy that watches, I can't remember his name, but he's quite a history buff on what it was like back then.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff on the UNESCO World Heritage website about actual African history before colonization. Volumes and volumes written on it. Very good, right? However, the description of what was happening and the lifestyle at the time is similar to the description of what was happening in other countries centuries before that.
Yeah.
So if we just follow that normal trajectory, 400 years,
Yeah.
okay, would we now in South Africa have a society that is an 18th century society, or would it be on par with what you see in London today?
Okay.
So that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Or would we have kept on with agrarian societies, hunter-gatherer societies, and then just did the normal development? Like some people are just on a different track and would have developed, but we would not be at the level that we were at, that England was at, or China was at in 1500, for instance. What do you think?
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know, but this is why it's a fugazi. It's a fugazi. And the reason why I'm asking this is this.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying do that. Because if I give you a piece of land,
Yeah.
right, and I say, I'm going to come back in 20 years,
Yeah.
and you then come and then you take half of it and you rent it to somebody else.
Yeah.
I come back after 100 years and you haven't developed yours, but the other half has developed,
Yeah.
right? Is it then right to say, or let's say you sold it to this other person, is it then right to say that that other half that you sold, that this person developed and it turned into a Netherlands farm,
Yeah.
right? Massive thing, that it's yours? Yes, they used your land to do it, but they used the resource in a manner that you were not using it. And the consequence was that now they've got 20 talents instead of 10.
Okay.
Whereas you took your 10 talents and then you turned it into 2, or you were just sitting on it, right? So when we then say, for instance, what you were saying is that, no, it's ours, right? I know it comes from this earth.
Yes.
It comes from this earth.
Yeah.
Can we claim that it is ours if
Once
what
it's
they have
been developed.
generated, if they are what generated with what was ours, is something that we would not have done by ourselves? Not to say that we are incapable of. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like, I have flour.
With
I
whose
have,
resources?
yes, with my resources. So you are saying that if I take your flour and your bread and I make a cake, the cake is yours.
I'm asking, where did you bake it?
Yes. So I come to your house, right?
Yes.
And I bake a cake, I bake a creme brulee.
Who
You
was
bake
the
a creme
laborer?
brulee. No, me.
No,
Right?
no, how are you?
No, I'm in this example, Mas.
But I want you to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
How is it you, the laborer? Where did the labor come from for that development?
For what? Oh, the actual
Who
labor.
baked the cake?
It's whoever I'm directing.
Exactly, but who's whoever you are directing? It's probably my brother or my sister.
Yes, it is. Does it mean it's your brother's stuff then? If you're so the question is this then: is Elon Musk the owner of Starlink and Tesla if he doesn't physically build the cars?
Well, we have a different system for ownership today.
Yes.
Right.
So maybe this is the thing. This is a very interesting debate because I think you sound communist to me.
I'm not from a
So I'm an entrepreneur,
yeah.
and I can tell you that most of the work,
Yeah.
the actual work, the time that's being spent in the companies that I run, is not me,
Yeah.
right?
But you compensate for it, right?
Yes, I compensate for it, and the compensate is on. I pay you what I think it's worth,
And
right?
I accept that
Yeah.
compensation.
Cool.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this. I'm the one that brings everything together. I'm the one that creates the company. I make sure the customers come along. I make sure the product is ready. I design the product, right? I see the idea. I see the idea that this particular space could be used in 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
So I walk into this empty space and I turn it into something productive, right? But most of the work being done is someone else. Does it mean it belongs to them?
With that system, absolutely not, right? But let's ask where you get all of these things from, right? Where do you get it together from?
Yeah, I get it. I
How do you acquire it,
okay.
right? Because that's important, right? It's your time, it's your resource, it's your money, it's your idea and whatnot, right?
So this is more of a theft thing, that if you are building stuff with things you've taken from me
Yes.
without compensating for me, then they should be mine. Okay, no, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So that's not really a communism thing to say that if I am starting a business and I'm running a business, it then means that I'm exploiting my laborers, right? Because I'm still buying the resources, I'm still paying for their
Yes.
labor, I'm still
Yes.
doing for that.
Absolutely.
So I am putting things together, and that's why I'm entitled to the profit.
Absolutely.
But if I've stolen this stuff,
And
not
if you've
necessarily.
stolen every single input, you've taken someone's time because they are a lesser than human being, against their will, whipped and chained, and have them work the fields that do not belong to you, and develop those fields, and that you've taken from someone else.
So then, if it was the case that a white person came onto a vacant piece of land and they ask their laborers how much they want and they pay them that wage, and they develop that space into a complex, into a property development, into a mall or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, would you then say that they're entitled to keep it?
It depends.
On what now?
The compensation that was being put forth. And
No, I'm saying that
accepted.
they ask. I'm asking, I am beat,
Yes,
okay? I am beat. I come to Kuruman.
Yes.
It's a desert.
I hear you.
Right? And then I asked Kli. I said that so nicely. Kli from the Kalahari.
Yeah,
Kli, what do you want to do this labor?
yes,
And then Kli tells me that well, all I want is X amount.
Yeah.
And I say, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, here,
Yeah.
for X amount of labor. Clearly doesn't see the bigger picture. Clearly works on one thing, Mary's working on another thing, Yakov is doing something else, etc.
Yes.
But I'm the one that sees the bigger picture and I create all of this, right? At the end of the day, it's a city,
Yeah.
right? Have I exploited Clee?
Of course.
How?
Was he in the state to accept what you were offering?
But why is it
Was
that?
he in the mental state to understand what it was that you were offering?
Because I asked him what he wanted for the labor. Because I mean, you know, one thing I don't like to
You
do
can't
is
say-
let us not assume
Yeah.
that black people are stupid.
No.
And let us not assume that our ancestors were stupid. And let us not assume that they are perpetual minors.
But let us not assume that they were not manipulated either.
No, I'm not saying this is why I'm making this example.
Right.
I'm asking Clee.
Which is exactly why I'm saying there must be a level of manipulation
How?
that exists for us to acknowledge that there is no way that you can agree to something that will exist outside of you that you helped to build.
How so? Because I mean, you're a financial planner,
Yes.
right? You render a service,
Yeah.
financial advisory services, etc. The money that the people make, is it yours? Because you're concerning me now.
Well, I get a fee for it.
Yes, you get a fee for your
No.
service.
No.
Right?
Yes, for my service, but from the actual money that they make,
Yes.
I also get a fee from that.
That's the system that you've got set up. So you've got a,
Yes.
a percentage commission
Yes.
and the fee,
Yes.
right? So there are, I could negotiate with you that, listen, you're going to get a
Absolutely.
fee,
Yes.
right? An hourly rate, whatever the case may be.
Yes.
So for instance, I'm a lawyer, I
Yeah.
would assist in winning a court case. If
Yes.
you pay my fee, whatever you win is not mine,
Yes.
right? If the fee is what we agreed to. Because what I don't want to say is that to say our ancestors were always stupid or they were blind. I mean, Clee knows what labor is. If I tell him, Clee, I need you to dig 100 holes, he knows what that is,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
He may not see that it's 100 holes that are forming the piles of a skyscraper.
Yes.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have the context, etc.
Yeah.
But he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Then-
Would he have taken a different decision if he knew?
Why should he know?
Because there could be a different
Yes,
decision.
but you see,
Allow people to make an informed decision at all times.
an informed decision is he needs to know what he is putting in, and I'm asking him to value his input.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as I say that, listen, I am going to make R1 million off of this
I'm
particular
not
deal,
saying,
right?
I'm not talking
Obviously,
about the
it would
money
change.
aspect.
Yeah,
I'm
just
talking about the full project.
yes, the full project. But the project
This is
for
what I
mine.
need you for this full project.
So I am going to Clee and I'm saying, listen, I want to build a skyscraper. I explain it to him and I tell him that this is going to be R1 billion.
Yeah.
But the labor that you are putting in is 7,000 rands,
Yeah.
right? If he hears R1 billion and he hears 7, it's going to be a different negotiation.
Why? Why should it be?
Why? Why? Because humans are greedy.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. I went to Lesotho once. I can't remember, but there was a Sotho-speaking Indian guy there.
Yeah.
He runs like a lodge or chalets. And he said his grandfather was involved in the bread deal around Lesotho,
Yeah.
right? And he was making bread, like normal Sasco type of bread, because there wasn't much there.
Yeah.
And then he met other businessmen from other towns in other areas around Lesotho. This is before transport was a big thing, so you had many bakers. And he said, okay, fine. Every single day you're going to bake 100 loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end, you will have 2 loaves of bread, right? Currently at my business, that's what happens. My profit margin per day is just 2,
Yeah.
right? Which is enough for me, my family to save some. I want half a loaf from you in order to teach you the skills, in order to invest in your business and teach you my system,
Yeah.
right? And help you start this business. Everyone agreed. So every single day, a man would come to him and give him half a loaf of bread, which is basically part of the profit, just 25% of what was made on
Yeah.
the other side, right? Until one day he was busy with his grandson, and a man came in who was like the 12th shop or something like that.
Yeah.
And he said, I've brought my half loaf of bread. And he said, listen, I'm a bit busy. Please go and put it on the table with the other halves. When he walked in there, he saw 11 other half loaves of bread. And he realized that, no, man, this guy's got 2 loaves of bread of his own, right? he's got 6 other loaves now. It's unfair.
Yeah.
Because he is comparing his 1.5 that he keeps to the 11 that he now has
Yeah.
for more or less the same effort. You know, he doesn't see the value of the economies of scale. He sees that as exploitation.
Yeah.
So that's what it sounds like when you say, listen, please should then know about this whole thing. Because you know what we'll please say in that situation?
If it's valued the correct way, we're not going to blame greed. Because if we are saying that's the value
So let's
of
just
what
finish this
he's
example.
going- okay.
In this example, would it then be justified for this person to say, no, I shouldn't be giving you this half loaf? In fact, you shouldn't be. You should be getting a 10th slice. Because at the end of the day, you are running one bakery, you've got your fingers in all of these other pots, but you've got 11 loaves of bread at the end of the day, and all of us just have 1.5.
But I mean, that was an opportunity that existed that he saw and he went with.
Yes.
Right.
So it's an opportunity. But you'd agree in that situation, he's entitled to the 11 that he's got, right?
He is.
Because of him organizing this whole thing. He saw the opportunity.
Yes.
He gave the skills. He gave the know-how. He created this empire, right?
Absolutely.
But do you see, as soon as the person saw that this guy is making so much money, because in his mind,
Then
remember,
let him try and do it. And
cool.
let's see.
Yes, that's exactly it. So in Klee's situation,
Yeah.
he's messing up. But the clicks only come 3 times a day. It doesn't like you for some reason. The clicks only come
this
3
camera.
times a day. No, I think it's a heat thing. Clicks only come 3
Shy.
times. So Klee, so you see that if that guy in the beginning
Yeah.
said, listen, the deal is not going to be the same as the other guy's deals.
Yeah.
I make 11 pieces of bread every day. Do you think he was going to say, I must give you a quarter of mine?
Maybe not.
Well,
Right.
well, the answer is no, because he was going to feel like this guy's making a lot of money, right?
Yes.
He's making a lot of money. And
The level of money is the level of skill.
yes, it does. And this is my point.
Yeah.
You know, so not to put black people down. And that's why I say that we were not stupid. We knew, we agreed to what our labor is. Yes, once there was oppression and things like that, I get that, right? But this is why I'm making this example.
Yeah.
If Pete made a deal with Klee
Yeah.
for his labor, this is the deal between me and you. Klee.
Yeah.
You are not involved in the tenants that are going to take the building. You are not involved in the shops that are going to advertise. You are not involved in all of that. That's another deal.
Yeah.
My deal with you, you say you want 180 rand a day.
Where,
Is that
where
sharp?
do I get that want?
Where do I get?
Yeah.
What want?
I get you saying I want.
I say I need someone to dig holes.
Yes.
Right.
And I say I want.
I ask Klee. And then I ask Klee, what do you want in return for that time and that labor?
When do you ask him?
Anytime.
You ask him after he's intoxicated.
No.
No.
So I'm
we
asking,
need to
you see, Nolene, this is the
No.
thing. Hey, women, this is my example. Please take the formula,
I'm not
apply the
taking it
formula
at face
as
value.
this. All right.
I'm not taking it at
That
face
can be
value
example number 2.
Because
You see,
if you are earnest and if you are asking him what he wants, knowing what the value is, right? If he's going to say to you, let's say the value of it is 10,000, and he says to you, just give me 2, right? What do you do? Are you going to say, actually, the value of the work you're supposed to do is 10,000? How about...
but you see,
You're
this
not
is
going
the
to
thing.
do
This is the
that,
thing.
right?
And this is why I
know?
say, in order for us to find out which rules apply,
Yeah.
we need to be able to look at the example as it is.
Okay.
Because otherwise we can
It's too simplistic.
Yes. But that's the thing. For us to have rules, they need to be able to apply to all situations. And they
Okay.
need to come from simplistic things. Because when we get to things that are too complicated, we start getting a lot of exceptions and inclusions, etc. You know, like a tax code, special inclusions and things like that.
But psychologically speaking, there are certain things we simply cannot
So
ignore.
in this example,
Yeah.
right? Because we can manipulate this example until it gives us the rule we want to. And that's
Okay.
not what I want us to do.
I'm not
You know,
manipulating.
you
I
want to
promise.
manipulate the rule
I am just
until
trying.
it says until it says is being exploited. No, I'm saying in this such circumstance,
Yeah.
nothing else is happening.
Okay.
These are all the facts we know, right? He has agreed to this voluntarily.
Are you saying that when he agrees to this voluntarily, and he names
And
his
remember,
price,
he names his price.
he names his price, and his price is the fair market price?
I don't know that.
How do you
I've
not
just
know?
met we in
How do you
Kuruman, it's a
not know?
desert. There's no one around here, right? Because you see, for you to say fair market price,
Yeah.
the price in Kuruman for labor is going to be different from the price in Cape Town for labor because there's a population.
But
It's
the fair market price get in Goruman.
There's no market here. I just got to Kuruman. It's Woestyn. Okay, so the facts
I
are
don't like
these,
this
Noli.
very much.
Yeah, these are your facts, Noli. What do
I
you
don't
say?
like this very much because you want me to say, Hore, it was fair.
No.
And
I don't
can't
want you to say
say-
it was fair. I
Yeah.
want you to set a bar to say, if these were the circumstances, they were fair.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If there was manipulation, then you can say, fine. If the facts are different,
Yeah.
if there's manipulation, that is not fair.
Yeah.
If there was oppression, that is not fair. But
Absolutely.
can we agree that in this situation, where Clay suggested the price,
Okay.
right? And in a language that he would understand.
Yes.
Because if I give Clay £5,
Yeah.
Clay doesn't have any use for that.
Yes.
Because where's he going to spend it?
Yeah.
Right? But Clay may be able to say, listen, I want some of your grain for the next 3 months for my family.
Okay.
Different thing. That's why I'm asking Clay what he wants.
Okay.
Clay then says, it's fine. Is there exploitation there?
If it's a bartering system,
If it's a bartering or money or whatever, if he needs money to buy the grain, whatever. You see,
there's no exploitation there.
so then we can say that if those were the circumstances that Bryanston was developed in,
Yeah.
right? Then we can say that there was no exploitation there. We can then talk about, okay, maybe the land was taken, etc., right? Which is a different story. But we can see that sometimes we are sitting on things. We are sitting on resources that we don't develop.
Yeah.
Someone then comes along and then comes and develop these resources. Then we say
They take
those
them.
developed
They
resources.
take them to develop.
So those developed resources are then ours. So for instance, they have the same issue in the US
Yeah.
about Manhattan Island. It was bought for $23,
Yeah.
right, when the Dutch got there. And now it's massive, massive real estate, so probably the most expensive in the world. And they say that the Native Americans who were there at the time when it was a marsh were then exploited. Manhattan is
But who
ours.
asked you to develop it?
I bought it from you.
No. You bought it.
Yes,
we
so
are
they
really
bought it.
going to say it was a buy.
Yes, this is the thing. So Manhattan was bought from the Native Americans at that time, right?
Okay.
For a value of $23. Okay. They asked them, what do you want? They said, this is what we want. Because it wasn't the way it looks now, obviously.
Yes.
It was just the Porsche Island, marsh, swampy, etc. $23 at the time. That's what they said. We gave it to them.
Yeah.
Now I develop it. Right? You gave
Do we
me
have
the
all
flour.
the facts?
Yes, we have got all the facts.
Okay.
Because it's written. You give me flour.
Yeah.
In fact, you don't give me flour, you give me wheat. No. That's it. You give me land.
Okay.
Give me land. On that land, I grow chickens, sunflowers, and wheat. Now I've got sunflower oil, I've got flour, I've got eggs. I make bread. Is the bread yours?
Well, it's not. Right?
So this is the Manhattan situation. I make
Yes.
Manhattan from the land that you've given me.
Yes.
You know. So is it yours?
Of course not.
But you
We
see, what
can't-
we're trying to do now is to say we want the land as it is.
What are we going to do with it? Are we going to destroy it?
No, we want it. So I want
No, I'm
Bryanston
saying,
as it
I'm
is.
saying it's already there. What are we going to do with it?
Okay. So if I were Afrikaner, that's what
Yeah.
I would do. I would say, fine. If you want to take this land without compensation, just compensate me for the improvements.
Okay.
Okay? Take the land. Take the land. This is a 5 million rand property. The property below it, the land beneath it in an undeveloped state is a million rands.
Yeah.
Give me a million. Give me the 3 million. Take the land. Right? Then you can take the house because then you've paid me for the house.
Yeah.
But for you then to come and say that, listen, I want the bread. Because we can all agree that a field full of wheat and sunflowers, etc., is very different from a field full of cakes.
But we are oversimplifying it. We are acting as if when it was taken and developed, it was done so under fair circumstances.
Okay.
I didn't ask you to build that house.
So would you say that Southern Natal then is an exception? Because Southern Natal was given to to Captain Fitzgerald by Shaka. It was given. He didn't ask. He said, "I'm giving you this land."
Okay.
So can we say they can keep that? Oh, we're saying Shaka was stupid. He was manipulated. Oh, Shaka.
But
You see, the reason why I say this is because sometimes I have
was it his decision to make by himself?
Yeah, he had a council. Shaka had a
Okay.
council,
Okay.
he had his imbizo.
Okay.
But you see,
and
the reason why
this
I
was
say
the decision of the council.
I don't know. They didn't keep records.
But you see, that's
no, but
exactly
I'm saying
it.
Shaka said this,
Yeah.
and he said, you can have this.
Yes.
Right?
But was it his to give
Yes.
by himself without
Yes.
council?
Yes. So it was his to give. He's the king. He's the one holding the property in trust.
Yeah.
And he then gives this to them.
Okay.
But the reason why I say this, especially when I'm speaking to ladies, is that I get very upset when people make ladies seem like minors.
Yeah.
Like they make it seem like, no, she wasn't in a right state of mind. Like a woman can toggle between being an adult and being a child. Like when a 30-year-old woman is in office and she's jolling with her boss, and then we say, no, she wasn't okay. She couldn't make the right decisions and what. Therefore, they were jolly.
Dynamics of power.
You see, they were jolly. As if when we are voting, suddenly she's a fully fledged adult. Oh, yes, it's time for you to vie.
It absolutely is.
So I don't want us to do that to women and to black people. To say that when it suits us, we treat them like children, as if they can't make decisions.
Yeah.
We must decide, are we capable human beings? Because maybe this is one of the reasons why we struggle with money, because sometimes we think we are kids, sometimes we think we are adults, right? I think it is important for us to decide that, listen, once you're 18, 21, 25, whatever the age may be, you're an adult.
Yeah.
We're going to hold you to your decisions. You've heard this a lot, that no, I was young, I was 28, so I had a baby.
I was stupid. Yeah.
I was young and dumb. Like,
Yeah.
you're old enough you were 28, right?
Yeah.
No, you were an adult. You made a wrong decision. Now you're trying to blame it on something else.
Yes.
Take accountability for it.
Yes.
But the only way we can take accountability is if we agree that we have the capacity to have taken accountability. So I don't think Clay is stupid.
No, I don't
Shaka's
think so either.
I think Shaka knows the value of his land and Clay knows the value of his labor.
Yes.
If he sold it,
Yeah.
right? So under circumstances, then some people are allowed to keep the land.
Well, if it was fair,
If
that
it was-
that was my departing point. Under fair circumstances, it's okay,
Okay.
right? If it wasn't fair and there was oppression and there was manipulation, and I was, I bought into addiction without even knowing, without understanding, and then next thing,
So then before you
I'm
go
out.
in, I just want to ask you,
Yeah.
what would you, if you were not president, if you were empress,
yeah,
full power over life and death and all that happens within your domain
yeah.
tomorrow, what would you do to solve this black money issue problem?
That
Firstly, you
needs-
take all the land.
That needs a whole hour. I'm not going to be able to answer that in 5 minutes because I need to rush, right?
Okay,
and
no,
I
no,
think,
thank you. We'll
I
sort this
think
out
we
tomorrow.
need to have this conversation again, or we need to finish it off. Or
No,
whatever,
no, certainly,
because
certainly.
There,
So
there are
next time.
certain things that we can do that we are not doing. There are certain things that we should be doing that we are not doing.
But I think then we've agreed that at least we need unity,
Yes,
a common goal.
absolutely.
And then we need a
Right.
desire to uplift our people
Yes.
instead of uplifting ourselves out of our people. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that is at least two takeaways.
Yes.
Right? One unity, one direction, and then when we have one upliftment as a people, instead of just I want to escape the hood.
Yeah, like we need to agree that the problem is ours, right?
Take
It's
dominion.
not mine.
Yeah.
My brother being a drug addict isn't
He's not, by the way.
my family's problem only. It's society at large's problem because he gets his friend into addiction, who gets his friend and his cousin, and it becomes our problem. But it happens like that because we never took accountability to say, as a community, as a people, as a nation, we are going to help this boy. Do you get it?
No, I get what you're
So,
saying. Okay.
but
Until next
let
time,
me
madam.
Not be late for my Mother's Day event.
Fair to say.
Dare to say.
Very funny. Very
Sad to say.
slowly.